Now let's go live now to Washington. The reaction has been from the presidential debate, as we've been discussing, that Kamala Harris performed better than expected. Most people say she won the debate, but we're not any clearer on her policy platforms. The Australian's Washington correspondent Adam Crichton joins me now. Adam, great to see you. Look, you've written tonight in an article for The Oz that Donald Trump failed to link Kamala's poor record as part of the current Biden administration sufficiently. And I think this is right. He allowed her to present as a fresh pair of hands.
Yeah, certainly that's true, Sharri. I mean, he finished actually quite well, I thought, at the end of the 90-minute debate. He really emphasised the fact that she's been in this administration for 3.5 years. And so if she has all these policy ideas, then, you know, why haven't they already been implemented? And so he finished well on that. But, you know, we had 90 minutes to dwell on that. And I don't think he really did sufficiently. So look, I think he appeared tired. He appeared angry. And as you just said, I think the expectations bar for Harris was very low and she exceeded it. She'd been practicing for 5 days. You know, she's a polished 59-year-old politician. She's not an 81-year-old. So it was a much harder contest for Donald Trump this time. And I just think that his lack of preparation really showed on the night. He didn't have any great one-liners. You know, she had a lot of one-liners. He didn't. So look, I think overall, the fact that the betting markets moved away from Donald Trump from about 54% chance of winning to 47% chance over the 90%. Over the 90 minutes, rather. I think that basically sums up the outcome for the night.
And I think the debates are incredibly important because, apart from the news that you hear in the media and people might just get snippets of things here and there, this was an opportunity for millions of Americans, some undecided voters, to tune in and hear directly from Trump and Kamala. And the way Kamala presented, she was smiley. She might have won over some female voters. She presented as a more palatable option, perhaps, whereas Trump might have seemed a bit more aggressive or even angry, because Kamala did bait him. She attacked him multiple times and he took the bait. She was almost deliberately trying to get him annoyed. She said world leaders are embarrassed by him. She said, top military figures say that he's a disgrace. No one goes to his rallies. No one goes there, but people get bored and leave early. All these things that you could see got to him because he is an emotional figure. So do you think this debate, would have changed the minds of some undecided voters?
Well, look, honestly, I don't really think so. I mean, and in the history of presidential debates, they typically don't make much difference, to be honest, with the actual outcome of the election. I think we put so much focus on this one because, of course, what happened in June was so spectacular, but we really didn't see anything like this. And look, this was actually the earliest presidential debate, except for the one in June, since 2004. So there's still 55 days to go until the election. Plenty of time for stuff-ups on both sides. Look, I think for women, not that I can talk, I'm obviously not a woman, but certainly to the extent that the issue of abortion was discussed, I think she spoke pretty well, and I think Donald Trump probably really failed to prosecute the idea, which is a good one in my view, that that the issue is now back with the states in the US, and that's a very democratic outcome, if you like. But he didn't really excel there. And yes, look, as you say, she baited him all over the place on his criminal record, on crowd sizes, on his inheritance from his father. So look, he just wasn't prepared.
Yeah, it put him on the defensive the whole time. Adam, I want to go to one of the most crazy moments that has got now a lot of media coverage out of the debate, and that, of course, is when Donald Trump said that immigrants were eating their pets, their cats and dogs. This has been on social media for a couple of days. JD Vance posted about it, but then JD Vance kind of walked it back a little bit and said it might not be right. Let's have a look at what Trump actually said.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Adam, this was a gift to Kamala Harris. the border crisis is an issue that plays in Trump's favour, but instead of prosecuting that case, now all everyone's speaking about is this probable conspiracy theory that migrants are eating people's pets.
Yeah, look, I mean, it is, it does seem fairly unlikely, although in Trump's defence, that is what some locals have been saying on video at, at local council meetings. But I mean, to your point, this is a really good example, I think, of where Trump, could have really hit her hard rhetorically. I mean, the population of that town, Springfield, has gone from 58,000, to 80,000 in about 3 years because of Haitian immigration. It was clearly unwanted by the local community. I mean, that's a 33% increase in the population, which, for any community is going to be unbearable. And yet he did not bring up those figures. I mean, to me, that was very, very silly. He should have talked about the numbers, the draw on local social services, etc. But of course, instead, he focused on pets, which, naturally prompted all the pundits afterwards to say that he was making up conspiracy theories, etc. Whether they're true or not, we don't know. We might find out in the future. But look, it's a real area where he failed, I think. But that's his strongest area, certainly.